So, I just got to go see Speak No Evil. This is the brand new film for director James Watkins. It is, of course, a remake of a film that came out only 2 years ago. I believe it is a Danish film, or maybe a Polish film, of the same title, Speak No Evil. I have not seen the original film, but I have seen the trailer for this film about 100,000 times. I swear to God, every time I go to the movie theater to see a new movie, the trailer for this one has played. I've seen it more times than I really wanted to. And to be honest, the trailer for this movie seemed very generic. Something about the trailer for Speak No Evil, the new one, it just kind of turned me off from this movie. I had no excitement for this. I had no kind of real expectation other than the fact that James McAvoy is in the film, and from the trailer it looked like he was playing a very charismatic, out there sort of bad guy, sort of killer in a way. But outside of that, had no interest in this movie, which is why I'm pleasantly surprised and very happy to tell all of you I really enjoyed this one. It absolutely destroyed my expectations for it. So what is Speak No Evil? I'm only going to talk about this one. I can't speak for the last one, the original one that this is remaking, because I have not seen it. But Speak No Evil is about a family, a husband and wife and their daughter, who go on vacation to Italy, where they encounter another couple, played by James McAvoy, and of course he has a wife and a son who does not speak, as he has a very rare condition called having a very, very small tongue. And this couple from the start is very weird, a little odd, but James McAvoy is so charming and so charismatic that you just kind of love this couple, and the couples and the families get along really well, and they say, hey, James McAvoy says, why don't you come and spend a week with us at our house? We live in a farm in this little area. Come live with us. It's gonna be it'll be nice. So they go and they spend a week with this family, and yeah, stuff starts getting weird, and that's the point of this movie. It's weird. This film is made to make you feel uncomfortable. That is the type of horror this is. This is not a type of horror that's gonna go BAM and like jump out at you with a bunch of jump scares and craziness. This is a kind of a vibes horror film that is supposed to make you sit in your chair and cringe. Not even in like a disgusting way, I can't even believe the graphic nature of what I'm watching, but in just a situational way. The things that these characters are put through, the conversations they have, the words that they have, are just kind of so broken from a normal reality that throughout the entirety of this movie, mainly the first hour, you just feel this sense of uneasiness and uncomfortableness that you don't really get in a lot of movies, because you want the situation to be normal. You want James McAvoy and his wife and his family to be normal, and that they're a little odd, but at the end of the day, they're not too odd, and you just keep rooting for that for some reason, mainly because James McAvoy is so good here, but you just don't obviously get it, because then you wouldn't have a movie. And it delves more and more into insanity and frustration, and there's some stuff about that kind of dive into it that doesn't make a lot of sense. The main thing is our main couple here, the husband and wife, they're really dumb. And I think that's kind of the point, the idea. At least I think the husband is supposed to be the dumb one. He's kind of the patriarch of the family, and he's supposed to be protecting everybody, and this whole movie thematically is supposed to be about being a man, and how kind of toxic masculinity can be a bad thing. And although I don't 100% agree with the themes of this movie and the representation of, oh, if you're a big, strong man, you're probably also an evil dick, I don't like that. Hollywood, stop trying to send that message. You're gonna create a generation of femboys. Sorry if you are a femboy, I'm not calling you out. It's okay, be what you are, and don't feel like you're a bigot because Hollywood tells you you're a bigot for being a big, strong man. That's stupid. But either way, the main dad here is kind of supposed to be the leader of the family, but he kind of is a femboy. And because of that, a lot of the stupid decisions that he and the family make throughout most of this movie are kind of justified, at least in the themes of the film. They are really dumb, and you have to shut off your brain to some of the dumb decisions they make. If you think too hard about it, if you sit there and go, wow, these two are horrific parents, and the fact that they are still in this place, in this situation, is mind-boggling. If you think too hard, it's gonna ruin the movie. If you just let it flow and understand that it's a film and they have to make the decisions for the script to get to point A to point B, you're gonna have a good time with it. Because there is so much to really clasp onto here. Of course, the mystery of who James McAvoy and this family is, what's going on with the boy. Even though it is obvious kind of from the start, a little, at least kind of inherently, what's happening, it's not like you're really on the edge of your seat trying to figure out the mystery here. You kind of get it from the start, but it does go to some relatively surprising places that even I went, whoa, a few different times throughout this movie. There are some shock reveals that don't exactly fully come through in the beginning of the movie when you're already predicting, like, something's amiss here. But okay, let's talk about James McAvoy. Yes, James McAvoy is the star of this film. He plays the main dude that's kind of a dick. He's playing this extremely masculine dude who's very odd and creepy, and also very charming. You want to have a beer with him, which is kind of why the family sticks around. If you see in the trailer, you kind of know what you're getting. And James McAvoy, every like 5 to 6 years, just comes out and reminds us all that he is one of the best actors in Hollywood, and he has gone underutilized and undervalued by the big studios. And yes, this is the time, the one time every 5 to 6 years that he does it. He is a rock star in this film. It is one of the best performances of the year. Go see the movie just to support James McAvoy and what he accomplishes in this film. The rest of the cast is fine. Nothing really standoutish. I think the script, a lot of the times the dialogue is not the strongest. So when James McAvoy's not on the screen, it's definitely some of the weaker parts of the movie. Because this movie spends a lot of time with just the family hanging out with James McAvoy. This movie does not become kind of that big slasher generic action movie until very, very late into it. Most of this movie is just an uncomfortable film. It just wants to make you cringe, and it works at that. That is what makes this film and what sets it apart from a lot of other films in this genre. Now, once it does become what you expect it to become in the third act, everybody going into the movie, there's a type of movie you're expecting it to be once it gets to the third act, without making it too detailed. Once it becomes that movie, it does become a little cookie cutter and generic. There's nothing terrible about what happens, but characters have plot armor. Things happen because the script dictates they need to happen. Some of the characters just become just not that into them by the time you get to the third act. And overall, the third act here, although it's not bad, it is still very entertaining and it doesn't overstay its welcome, is definitely not as strong as the first 2 acts that felt like kind of this extremely horrifying and hard-to-watch versions of White Lotus. It was absolutely brilliant, those first 2 acts, and James McAvoy won't get an Oscar nomination, but he will get a Joe Marchione Award nomination at the end of the year when I do my Best Actors of the Year list. Overall, I will give Speak No Evil a 4 out of 5. This is a very strong 4 out of 5. I just want to put it that way. It's very close to being a 4.5. And I haven't seen the original film yet. I do want to say something about that. I feel like remaking a foreign film only 2 years after the release, that's kind of shitty. Now, I haven't seen the movie. I don't know if it's completely different or if it's essentially frame for frame the same film. A part of me doesn't want to watch it just because it might ruin my opinion on this film, which, as you can see, I obviously really, really liked. So I don't know if I want that to happen. Let me know down below if it's worth watching, if it's similar or different enough. I would hope that it's very, very different. Maybe it just keeps the core elements, but at the end of the day is a very different movie with a different performance, right, from the lead guy that's playing the bad dude. I would really like to see a different version of this if I were to go and watch it. I don't know if I am, though, but let me know down below. What do you guys think of Speak No Evil? Let me know down below. Make sure to like this video, subscribe for more, turn on notifications. I'll see you in the next one.